Hey everyone, welcome to Win the Day, 5 minutes in the Bible with me, your coach, Pastor Nat. Our mission here at Back to the Bible is to move you closer to Jesus today than yesterday. And to help you do that, we are going to talk about the importance of living as a heavenly citizen. Have you ever given your kids the pep talk before walking into church or into a restaurant? You know the talk. Please, kids, please be on your best behavior. It's not a zoo in there, it's a nice restaurant. No throwing rolls, no yelling, no tag. Act like a sane human being, okay? Now, I know you've given that talk, or at least you've received that talk as a child. Well, kids are not the only ones who need that important reminder on how to behave. Paul had a similar message for his Philippian friends in Philippians chapter 1. Above all, you must live as a citizen of heaven. Conduct yourselves in a manner worthy of the good news about Christ. Then whether I come and see you again or only hear about you, I will know that you are standing together with one spirit and one purpose, fighting together for the faith, which is the good news. Paul gives a parental pep talk to this church. He says, above all. In other words, just do this one thing. Conduct your life in a way that's worthy of the gospel. Now, if you read the NASB, it actually doesn't mention that term, citizens of heaven. The NLT instead adds it, and for a good reason. The word Paul uses for conduct comes from the root word polis, and that means city. It's a word that means to be a good citizen, which the Philippians would have been. So Paul says, live like a Christian, like a citizen of heaven. Because if you don't, it will tarnish the reputation of the gospel. I remember a friend telling me, why would I want to be a Christian? He said, you guys really don't live any different. Well, I guess except for the fact that you guys give up a couple hours on Sunday and maybe a little bit of money. That was his impression of us as Christians. You see, some people, they claim to be Christians, but they live like pagans. They just don't live like citizens of heaven. Just like it many times. My kids act like Tasmanian devils instead of pastors' kids. But Paul, he is so passionate about the gospel and its power not being diminished because of our behavior. That's why Paul said, I will know that we are standing together with one spirit and one purpose. That purpose is the spread of the gospel. Paul says, standing together. The NASB says standing firm. It's a military term. It's a picture of soldiers standing together and not giving up the hill. Paul says, we can do this, so let's do it and do it together. And my friend, that's my challenge for you today. Live as a citizen of heaven. Live as someone who is proud of your heavenly citizenship and wants to make your city and your king famous. When we live a life reflective of the change that the Spirit is making in us, we become a beacon of light. We become a beacon of light that reflects off us and points straight to Jesus. So go, live out the gospel, and when we do this, you know it, friend, we will win the day.